Good afternoon, everybody. Today is actually Thursday, December 2nd, and today I am starting December's reading vlog. So today's December 2nd. I didn't end up filming anything yesterday because yesterday was a bit of a write-off for me, to be perfectly honest. I was just working on schoolwork and just housework. I did laundry, I cleaned the kitchen. Boring stuff. I didn't even read. So starting off the read-a-thon the reading vlog today. I can't speak, I'm sorry. I just had a presentation, so like I'm kind of discombobulated right now. I am halfway through my second last week of class, which is crazy. And tonight I have an essay due, which I am partially started. It's 3 pages, so it's not too long, so I just need to finish up that. But I have a goal. This paper is due tonight, but it is about 3:30. At 6 o'clock tonight is going to be the very first round of readathon sprints for Reindeer Readathon, which is what I'm participating in this month. So I have a little mini goal right now to finish my essay before 6 o'clock. That way I can do some reading sprints and relax for the rest of the evening. During those sprints, I'm going to try and finish off the wedding date, which I started at the end of last month's vlog. And I got about halfway through. Where am I at? I'm not using a bookmark. Shame on me. I'm just around the halfway point. I could definitely finish this tonight. And then I want to start on my first book for the Reindeer Readathon. I'm going to be I'm actually going to be reading my first book for the month on my December TBR. This is actually my buzzword pick for the month, and for that I'm going to be reading We Met in December by Rosie Curtis. This is a fun, kind of Christmassy, mostly just wintry read, following a girl who moves to London and accidentally falls in love with one of her flatmates. I'm super excited to read this. I started it, I'm like 5 pages in, so I haven't considered this started yet. And I'm excited to read this tonight and try and get it done so I can start on Reindeer Readathon. I am pumped. It's gonna be great. But like I said, I have a goal. I'm gonna try and finish my book. I am on Team Snowflake for Reindeer Readathon, and I am super excited to get into this very soon, and hopefully I can finish this essay and just read for the rest of the evening. It's going to be super fun. So wish me luck. Hello everybody, it is Monday, December 6th. I had probably the busiest weekend in terms of schoolwork that I've had in over a year. That was crazy. I wrote a 12-page paper. I did multiple miniature papers that were due today, and just a lot of schoolwork. It's a bit crazy and I'm exhausted now. But I have to clean my house because it's disgusting and I don't want to be sitting in it now. It's giving me a lot of anxiety, so I need to go do that. In terms of reading, I did actually read something. I actually ended up laying in bed last night and reading the entirety of the novella I chose for Reindeer Readathon. I read Wrapped Up in You by Talia Hibbert, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. You can probably hear the wind because it's crazy windy right now, so I apologize for that. But yeah, anyway, I read Wrapped Up in You by Talia Hibbert. It was a short, sweet Christmas novella following 2 characters who've known each other since they were kids, Will and Abigail. Wow, forgot her name for a minute. Will has gone on to become a successful movie star and living in LA, but they always see each other at Christmas because he and his mother spend Christmas with her family at her grandmother's house in Scotland. So the 2 of them end up getting snowed in with their grandmother, and it's just the 2 of them over a weekend, and they have to like confront their feelings for each other and everything, and it was adorable, and I loved it, and it was Christmassy, and it was funny, and it was just very Talia Hibbert. Talia Hibbert is my all-time favorite romance novelist, so I really enjoyed this. I've had it on my list on my Kobo on my phone since last year, but I didn't get a chance to read it last year. I also have Merry Inkmas on there, also by Talia Hibbert. It's her only other Christmas book, so I might read that as well just for fun because it's on my phone. But yeah, let's go over my bullet journal for this update. So here is my December homepage, basically. Gonna flip to Reindeer Readathon. The very first prompt was Dasher. I don't know if you can see that here, but it's a short story or novella, and I read Wrapped Up in You, so let's check that off. I also started another book, and I've read a couple days in the first bit of the month. I just didn't update them because I didn't have this finished yet. So there's that update. And there it is on my book's read spread. I'm super excited. That's more than I anticipated being read before school was over, so that's a plus. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Thursday, December 9th. I've had kind of a rough couple of days, to be perfectly honest, in terms of feeling kind of sick. I had the worst runny nose and just congested feeling, and then just feeling kind of bleh because of it. And mental health was not in a good place the last couple of days, but I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm gonna go over for dinner with my mother tonight, which I'm very excited. But last night, as you guys will have seen from the quick little clip, I started reading Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and I actually finished this in the bath last night. I read it in one go. It was really, really great. This is my first Tessa Bailey book. I haven't read the one that's kind of inspired by Schitt's Creek, but I really want to now. This tells the story of Stella and Adrian. Stella is recently released from prison, actually, and she ends up stumbling across this window display at this I say newly, it's 50 years old, department store. And she used to dream of window dressing as a young adult when she went to fashion school. So she was thinking about all the ways that she could make it better, because it was what she could like to call penguin apocalypse, because of the way it was organized. And she gets interrupted in her musings by this very tall, very handsome gentleman named Aiden, who she doesn't know that at the time, who's wearing a Christmas-themed bow tie and is incredibly jolly, and wondering what she thinks about it and what she'd do instead. And he ends up asking her to apply for the job of window dresser. She thinks because of her background she'll never get hired, but Adrian is an optimist at heart and ends up hiring her. And the two end up on this whirlwind kind of Christmas-themed romance, and I absolutely adored this. It was so Christmassy. It was so fun. I loved Aiden. I love the grumpy and sunshine trope, and this one was great because it was inverted. Usually it's the guy that's grumpy, but in this case it was Stella, and Adrian was just a golden retriever energy on steroids. It was fantastic. I really loved all the Christmas references. I really loved the New York setting. And I love the characters. They were really fantastic. They were really hilarious. They were flawed, but in realistic ways. They didn't rely on miscommunication, and it was just an overall really fun and enjoyable read. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. This fulfilled my Donner prompt, which was to read a book that featured red or green heavily on the cover. This one obviously features green. And that's my second book for Reindeer Readathon, done and dusted. I am super proud of myself. But yeah, that is all for this update. I think I'm going to film a TikTok, and then I'm going to try and get a bit of work done. I have a assignment I need to hand in today. It's been done for weeks, but I just need to go over it again. I got myself a candy cane hot chocolate. Oh, that shit's so good. I don't know what it is, but I should know what it is. I used to work at Tim Hortons. I do know what it is, but it's delicious. Something about peppermint, man. Peppermint anything makes me way too excited. But anyway, today's gonna be an interesting day. I'm gonna do this, quickly hand this in. I'm going to film that TikTok. I'm gonna go over to my mom's for dinner, and then when I get home, I'm gonna try and do laundry and finish a essay. Or at least get some more work done on an essay that's due on Sunday, so wish me luck. Hello everybody, today is Friday, December 10th. I am currently just sitting down to start work for the day. I do work this evening, and then I have to go pick up groceries and do some kind of housework kind of things. But I wanted to give you guys an update. I don't have it with me in front of me, but tonight I am planning on finishing a book that I started back in February, and that is Universe of Wishes, which is a We Need Diverse Books anthology edited by Danielle Clayton. It's got incredible BIPOC and queer writers and stories all around sci-fi fantasy themes, young adult, and I'm really enjoying it. I've been reading it very periodically over the course of the year, but I want to finish it tonight. So I wanted to let you guys know that that is my goal for today. I work until 8:30. It's about 3:45 now, and I am going to try and get that done. But I also wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be trying and hosting some more reading sprints soon. I'm going to be doing some tomorrow, but they'll be done by the time you guys see the recorded video on YouTube. But let me know down in the comments below if it's something that you'd like to join in on more regularly in the next year, because I think I'd like to do some like every week or 2 weeks or so. I think that'd be really fun and a great way to connect with everybody and to see how everybody's reading's going. So let me know about that. I just finished making the thumbnail and setting up the stream for tomorrow, so that's why I wanted to ask. But yeah, that's my quick little update for today. I have my tea and my little Timmy's reindeer cup and I am ready to get to work, and then I'm going to try and finish off one of my essays today and tomorrow, and see how that goes, because that would be lovely to be finished. The essay that I was writing on Saturday, that took me forever, I ended up getting an 85 on, and I'm very proud of that. And then I have one more assignment that's due on Monday that I also need to work on over the weekend, and then I'm done for the term, which is crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys that update, and I will talk to you guys later. Hello everybody. Today is Saturday, December 11th. It is crazy windy outside, so ignore that. I apologize, but there's not much I can do about it. The power already went out once today. And I've had a very busy day. I had to get up early this morning, early for me, and work until about 3 p.m. And then I immediately had to hop on to Winter-Night-Along's reading sprints here on YouTube with Rachel. So much fun. Catherine Arden, the author of the Winter Night trilogy, actually came onto our sprints and chatted with us for a bit, which was insane. We're going to be doing more later on in the month, and I'm going to try and do more of them weekly to get some reading done during the year. Hi everybody, today is Monday, December 13th. It is the second last day of term. I have one more assignment to be due tomorrow that I'm partway done, but I think I'm done for tonight working on it. I just finished work for the evening, and I have a reading update. Last night I ended up finishing one of my last essays at around 11 o'clock, so about an hour before it was due, and so I decided to treat myself to having a bath. I brought 2 books into the bath with me and ended up picking one and finishing it, and that was The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. I started this book at the end of November. In the last reading vlog you will have seen it, and I got about halfway through before I stopped reading. Last night I just blew through the last 150 pages of it. I really enjoyed this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really like Jasmine Guillory's writing style. I'm excited to see it progress, because this was her first romance novel, I believe, or at least it's the first in this series. And I really enjoyed it. I liked Alexa and Drew. I think their conflicts were realistic. I think their arguments were annoying, but also, again, realistic. Drew drove me crazy a few times, but he always pulled himself back. He didn't turn into, like, an ultimate asshole, but there were a few moments where I was just like, dude, you're being an idiot. But those moments make me enjoy a book a bit more. I really liked Alexa as a character. I think she was really down to earth and really vulnerable and really intense with her emotions, and I really enjoyed that. I loved her relationship with her sister, and that was a fantastic plot point as well. I'm excited to see where this series goes. I saw a review that somebody was talking about how usually miscommunication in romance novels drive them crazy, but this one was done well because the circumstances of their relationship change and neither know how to deal with it. And I think that's a perfect way to describe why miscommunication didn't drive me crazy in this as well. I completely agreed with that. I believe it was My Name is Maureen who posted that review. I'll leave it her channel link down below, but I really loved this. I think it was really great, and I'm excited to continue with the series. I don't have the next one, but I do have the 3rd or the 4th in the series, so I need to get The Proposal, which is up next, and then I can continue on with the rest of the series. Again, I really enjoyed this, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Now that I'm done for work for tonight, I'm going to do the exact same thing I did yesterday and go take a bath and finish another book, and that book is going to be The Matzo Ball by Jane Meltzer. I started this book on Saturday for the sprints that we had on for Winter-Night-Along, which went so well, by the way, and I got about 100 pages in. Also really enjoying this. This one tells the story of Rachel, who is a Christmas romance writer in secret. She is a Jewish girl from an extremely Jewish household. She's the daughter of a extremely famous rabbi, and her family has declared that there will be no Christmas in her house, or even anything remotely related to Christmas ever entering their home. So she grew up just wishing for it and wanting it, and became a very famous secretive Christmas novelist, and none of her family knows what she does for a living. Christmas kind of becomes her escape because she also lives with chronic pain, a chronic illness, and it kind of gives her a escape and a bit of joy to always look forward to. However, one day her publishing house kind of gives her an ultimatum and tells her that they want her to write more diversely and write a book about Hanukkah that still has the same magic element that she puts in her Christmas novels, and she is deflated. She has no idea how she's going to do this. She does not want to do this, but she knows to continue with her career and to be able to do something that she loves and not have to worry about working a 9-to-5 with her illness. She has to make it work. So she ends up having to kind of team up with her childhood first love and first heartbreak. What's his name? Jacob. He is also Jewish. They met at Jewish summer camp and they had this whirlwind summer romance, and both of them ended in heartbreak. He ends up becoming very famous organizer, like event organizer. Has these multi-million-dollar parties that he throws, and he is throwing a matzo ball, which is a celebration for the end of Hanukkah. She needs his help to get in so that she can kind of base her story on this event, and try and give it that magical feeling that she gives her regular Christmas novels. And yeah, it's kind of enemies to lovers, second chance romance, and I'm really excited for it. I'm really enjoying all the learning I'm doing in terms of learning about Hanukkah, because I know nothing about Hanukkah really, and Jewish traditions, so this has been really really interesting so far. That's my plan for tonight. This I'm actually reading for what prompt? Give me a second. This I'm reading for the Vixen prompt, which is a book that recently caught your eye. This one was promoted to me for part of HarperCollins Frenzy's Frenzy Presents back in the summertime, and I've had it on my mind since then, so very excited to finish this soon. Hello everybody. So today is December 19th. It's been quite a few days since I last updated you guys, but not a lot has happened reading wise, so that's why. I finished up all my schoolwork. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last clip or not, but I am officially done with classes for the term, which is very exciting. I also got my COVID booster yesterday, or Friday. I got a Spider-Man band-aid. So I've kind of been out of commission the last couple days and just laying in bed watching Christmas movies, doing a hell of a lot of nothing because I've just been exhausted. That's been my only real symptom, is just tired and achy, so that's good. I did well for that, and I'm really happy that I got it. Go get your booster if you are eligible. Do it. Anyway, tomorrow on Sunday, the 19th, myself and Rachel are going to be doing more reading sprints, and I'm planning on spending the whole day watching The Witcher with Tyler, which I'm very excited about. But I wanted to give you a reading update quick. So I just finished reading The Matzo Ball by Jean Meltzer. I was using this to fulfill my, let's see, I forget already, my Vixen prompt for Reindeer Readathon, as I think it's a book that recently caught your eye. I'm incredibly disappointed with this read. I hated it. First of all, the main characters were just insufferable. Like, I was so excited to read a book that was non-Christian holiday romance. It was a Jewish romance. I was very excited about it, because there aren't many. And I was super excited because the main character has chronic illness, and I love disabled rep in any way, shape, or form, especially in romance. However, the main characters were insufferable. They both were way too focused on an event that happened when they were 12 years old, and it let them shape their entire lives. There were some really questionable moments. First of all, they had no chemistry. I didn't have any, like, butterflies in my stomach. I was really frustrated with both main characters, and just their lack of willingness to do anything or to see the other person's point of view over a very, in my opinion, trivial misunderstanding. I normally don't hate the misunderstanding trope, but this one was just too much for this one. And it just, no. Also, there were some few very, very disappointing and distasteful jokes that were made during this book. First of all, the main character having the very tokenized black gay best friend who like was also like tokenized again as being the black gay adopted son of 2 lesbians. Like, it just, she put all of her diversity in one character, and it was just very obvious tokenized representation, really frustrating. And then she also compared, like, the main character compared her hiding her job as a Christmas novelist from her parents as, or like her telling them about it as her best friend's like coming out as gay and during his bar mitzvah, and said that it was the same experience. Like, no. And then the worst part, there was a joke that was made in this book where the main character justifies and then trivializes the Palestinian genocide, and made a joke about being a IDF spy who's killed 76 people with a headband, while flirting with her love interest. And both of them brushed it off as a funny little joke, and it really, really put a bad taste in my mouth. I want to know who is the sensitivity reader for this book, because it's just not it. It really, really ruined it for me. And then there was no like making up for it at the end of the book. Like, there was no satisfaction that I got, nothing that lifted it up. Nobody criticized it whatsoever, and I didn't like it. It really put a bad taste in my mouth, and it really made me not enjoy this. I ended up giving this a 1 because I didn't DNF it and I can't give it 0, so I don't highly recommend this book, unfortunately. There are much better books with Jewish rep and with chronic illness rep to read instead of this one. None of it. But anyway, that's another prompt done for Reindeer Readathon. So that is my 3rd book for Reindeer Readathon read. 4th book this month, and I'm quite proud of that. I think the next book I'm going to read is I'm going to read The Bear and the Nightingale, because I haven't read it yet. I'm going to start reading my ebook, rereading it, for Winternight-Along. That is December's book for the Readathon I'm hosting with Rachel on the Bear and the Night, or the Winter Night trilogy by Catherine Arden. I think I'm going to start that tomorrow, and try and get a good ways of the way through it and reacquaint myself with it. I have it on ebook, which is not my preferred format. Before Christmas, when I get paid next, I'm going to be ordering the series for myself, so hopefully it comes before the end of the month and I can just speed read through it at the end of the month, but we shall see. I'm going to start the ebook anyway tomorrow. And then I think my next Christmassy read is going to end up being Mistletoe and Mr. Right, because I need something to lift me up after that. And I love the tourist attractions, so I think its sequel will definitely do that for me. But yeah, anyway, that is my update. It's sad it's not a very good update, but nonetheless, it is done. Hello again, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 22nd. It's been a little while since I updated you guys because I haven't been reading very much. Except I did finish A Universe of Wishes edited by Danielle Clayton. So I started this book, I think it was February 27th, 2021. This has been my nightstand book for the entire year, basically. And every once in a while I've picked it up and just read a story out of it. This is a collection as part of the We Need Diverse Books organization series. I don't know what to call it. But it is an anthology of YA, sci-fi, and fantasy books featuring queer characters and BIPOC characters, written by queer and BIPOC writers, and it was fantastic. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. I absolutely adored it. There were many stories in here that were like absolutely stunning. There were a couple that were like kind of misses in my opinion, just because I wanted more to be able to have a more fleshed out idea, but overall I really enjoyed it. My favorites, let me see if I can take a look at so I loved A Universe of Wishes, which was by Tara Sim. That one was fantastic. I really loved The Silk Blade by Natalie C. Parker. Dream and Dare by Nick Stone was stunning. The Coldest Spot in the Universe by Samira Ahmed. And then the one that got me at the end was Habibi by Tochi Onyebuchi. This one made me cry. It was stunning. That one was written as letters between 2 characters. One was a black boy in prison in California, and one was of a Palestinian boy in prison in Palestine. And the 2 of them just magically started receiving letters from each other. I don't remember exactly how it worked. I think one of them like ate the letter and then it showed up in the other person's cell, but they were just communicating from these two different points of incarceration as young men, and there was a kind of bond being formed between these two people who had never seen each other before. It was absolutely stunning and it made me bawl. It was the last book in the synthology, or last one in the synthology, and it was such a good way to end it off. But either way, this is one of the one books that I had planned to read during my 24-hour readathon, which I still haven't done yet, by the way. Because it was one of my unfinished books for the year, but I finished it, so that's exciting. And yeah, today, I'm not doing my 24-hour readathon today. Today, I'm actually going to probably start reading Mistletoe and Mr. Right by Sarah Morgenthau. This one's next up on my list from my TBR. And I'm actually going to be getting kind of ready to do a 24-hour readathon. So today, I am going to clean my house. I'm going to do laundry because I'm desperately behind on laundry. I'm going to wrap all my presents because I have to do all of my wrapping and then get that done out of the way. And then once my house is clean, my laundry is done, everything's wrapped, I'll have nothing left to do. And tomorrow on the 23rd, I can do my 24-hour readathon. And I think it'll be good. I'm excited and it's going to be a good time. Yeah, I'm very excited. And I'm excited to... Tyler let me open up a Christmas present early, and he actually got me Pokemon Brilliant Diamond for the Switch, which was amazing because he had to take a day off of work because there was a COVID scare at his work. Everything's cool. He's fine. He wasn't a close contact. It's all good. But he had the day off, and so we decided to play Pokemon together, and we played for like 10 hours. So I really want to play more Pokemon. But I have stuff to do. I have things to complete. Oh, side note, by the way, I got all of my grades back for my first term of my MLIS, and I got 4 out of my 5 classes. I got 80 or above. I got a 78 in the other one, which is frustrating, but I'll take it. I'm super proud of myself, and I can't quite believe I did it, considering at the beginning of the term I was discouraged from taking 5 classes a term, and I still managed to get that good of grades, so I'm very proud of myself with that. Yeah, anyway, that is what's going on right now. Yeah, wish me luck. I'll keep you guys updated. Once I move out of here, after cleaning in here, I'm gonna move out into the living room, get the dishes done, get the laundry started, and then while that's going, once the dishes are done, laundries are done, I'm gonna put on Christmas movie and start wrapping, so I'll bring you guys along with that. And yeah, wish me luck. Hello everybody. It's a little bit later and I just finished cleaning my kitchen. You can see all the dishes there. I just separated all my laundry. I have like 6 loads to do. My hair is kind of crazy because I had it up while I was cleaning and listening to my audiobook. I'm about to sit down and do all of my Christmas wrapping, and so it's 6:45. I do want to give you an update. I started listening to Seven Fallen Feathers, and it is an incredible listen so far. I'm about halfway through. It is a nonfiction book detailing stories from the residential school system in Canada, specifically in Northern Ontario, surrounding Thunder Bay. As somebody who, my family has a cottage up in Lake of the Woods near Kenora. We drive through Thunder Bay every year to go see it. It's definitely hitting a bit close to home, especially the second story, which is talking about the residential schools near Kenora. It's really interesting. Again, I'm learning a lot. Still have so much to learn. But it's being narrated very beautifully. It's being told as like a story. And the 7 Fallen Feathers represent 7 different chapters. Each one is detailing a story about residential schools in general, but also focusing on a specific kid who's gone missing. It's talking about missing and murdered Indigenous women, the atrocities of the residential school system, but also specific stories about specific kids whose stories are often not told. So I'm really enjoying my listen so far. I'm about halfway through. I'm going to take a break now to do my Christmas wrapping. I'm going to watch a Christmas movie. I think I'm going to watch Home Alone 2 because I watched Home Alone 1 when I decorated my Christmas tree. And I haven't watched Home Alone 2 yet. Either that or the Santa Claus because I love the Santa Claus. I'm going to do that. Still doing laundry. And once I'm done wrapping, I'm going to go back to my audiobook, try and finish it tonight. And I'm going to play some more Pokemon later because I deserve it. I love Pokemon. Hello everybody, it is later on in the night, it's about 11:30. I finished my laundry, I cleaned my kitchen, I wrapped all my presents, and I just finished listening to Seven Fallen Feathers, and it was incredible. Such a stunningly written story, because it really was written as a story, a sweeping storyline, following these 7 kids, detailing all the way from Chenny Wenjack's death in 1966 to the recommendations that were put forth after an inquest into his death that were never put into place, and then these 7 children who died between 2000 and 2011 in Thunder Bay. It made me cry a couple times, but I am very, very happy that that was my 100th book of the year. I haven't been reading my nonfiction this year, and I think I'm going to start reading it next year. But I probably won't be rating memoirs, because memoirs are a little different, but I'd feel weird like rating somebody's life story that they're telling themselves. But I think other nonfiction I'm going to start experimenting with rating starting next year. But I'm done. Can't believe it. It was really good, really good. And yeah, that's about it for today. Hello everybody. Excuse my appearance. It is about 1 o'clock in the morning. The last clips you would have seen is I actually just spent the day cleaning my desk and reorganizing now that I have a few more things to decorate with, and I'm so happy with it. It is ready for the new year, ready for the new term, which makes me very happy. I spent most of the day doing that, and I went and took a bath and ended up reading my graphic novel for the month. I read Snot Girl Volume 2, California Screaming by Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung. Really liked it. Didn't like it as much as the first one because I'm still confused, but it's just so ridiculous, and the art style is just stunning. And I'll definitely keep reading, but I'm just a little lost when it comes to the plot, but I don't mind. So I gave it a 3.75 out of 5 stars. This is a graphic novel series about an influencer named Lottie who gets nicknamed Snotty because she's really bad allergies and her nose is always dripping. She ends up having to take these new medications, like an experimental medication, and it starts messing with her version of reality. There's like a thriller mystery aspect to it, and then it's just over-the-top influencer ridiculousness, and it's just really funny. I love the artwork. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's very colorful, very bright. It's from the creators of Scott Pilgrim, and I can definitely see the influence there, but overall, I really enjoyed it. This is my 6th book of the month, I want to say. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Hello, everybody. Today is Thursday, December 30th. It is later in the evening. It's about 6 o'clock, but I just decided this is probably going to be my last chance to do this, and so I am starting a 24-hour readathon at 6 p.m., because why not? I've been wanting to do this pretty much for the last month or so. There have been a stack of books on my desk that I have started and put down, gotten a considerable way through and put down, I should say, throughout this year, that I haven't finished, and I want to finish before the end of 2021. So I've got my iced coffee. I am sitting at my desk. I've gotten everything ready to go. I've got snacks, water, and I'm going to start reading. So these are the 3 books that I'm going to try and read. The first is The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I started this back in June or July. Next up is The Chonker, and that is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. This is the 2nd book in the Mistborn trilogy. I'm really loving it so far. I'm about 230 pages in, and it's been a quick read. I started this again in either June or July. I don't remember which one of these I started first. And then the last one is Keeper of the Night by Kylie Lee Baker. This is a newer release. It came out on October 12th. I got an ARC from HarperCollins, which was very exciting. And I'm about a quarter of the way through it. I'm on page 100. This is a YA fantasy following our main character Ren, who is half British Reaper and half Japanese Shinigami. The only other book that I need to finish by the end of the year is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I'm about 27% through the ebook for this. So January we're starting The Girl in the Tower, so I need to finish The Bear and the Nightingale before the end of tomorrow. That one I'm giving myself a bit more leeway with because I can read it tomorrow night. Like, I'm gonna be staying up late past midnight, so I could just leave that one to read and finish before I go to bed. But these 3 I really want to get done in the next 24 hours. So wish me luck. I will keep you guys updated once I start reading and with my thoughts and feelings of getting back into these worlds, and I will talk to you guys later. Hello everybody. I changed the angle so it looks like I did more than just sit here, but it's about 11:45 and I've made a bit of progress on The Keep of the Night. I'm on page 169 now, so I've read about 670 pages of this, but I also had dinner and I actually finished The Bear and the Nightingale. I got cold, so I went into my room to lie down under the covers and put the heater on, and it's easier to read an ebook while you're in bed, in my opinion. So I just picked up The Bear and the Nightingale and I finished it. So that's fantastic. That's another book down that I really wanted to get done this month. I loved it. It was a reread for me, as you guys know, and I adore this story so much. I can't wait until my physical copies come in so that I have them on my shelf. It's my second time reading it. I first read it in December of 2018 and I adored it. It tells the story of Vasya, who is a young daughter. It's inspired by Russian folklore. It takes place in a small town north of Moscow, and her father, Pyotr, is the lord of this small village, small area. Her whole life she's been able to see the little spirits that are her household spirits. So there's a spirit that lives in her oven, that lives in the bathhouses, that lives in the stables, that help to take care of their house. It's part of this folklore, and she has to come to terms with learning about herself in relation to these stories and these spirits, especially when a new priest comes to town who is hell-bent on saving everybody in this town and says that the only way for this town to be saved is for them to cast out the demons that live in their house. At the same time, there is a huge cosmic kind of battle happening in the woods between the opposing forces, and another major player is Death personified, or Winter personified, the Winter Prince, Morozkov, and it is just an incredible story. It's very wintry, it's very gloomy. You can feel the chill when you read these books, and it's incredible. The only other book I've read that's been similar to that is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. But it's just, it's so good. Like, going through Vasya's life from child to early young adult and seeing everything that she's gone through and everything that she's able to accomplish. She's so determined, she's feisty, she's energetic, she is so loving and caring to her family and her siblings and her father. It's just incredible. I love seeing the familiar bonds and the magic. It was just very well done, in my opinion. I loved it. Absolutely adored it. Can't wait to read The Girl in the Tower next month, and then finally finish the series and read The Winter of the Witch in February. It's going to be a really good way to round off the winter. But yeah, that's one of the books off my list, done and dusted. Very exciting. Like I said, it's about 11:45. I'm not tired because I don't get tired until like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to try and finish Keeper of the Night. And then after that, I think I'm going to try The Assassin's Apprentice. I don't know if the Well of Ascension is going to happen for me tonight, but we shall see. Hello everybody. It's a few days later. Excuse my appearance. It is later in the day. I've had a busy day. I'm not filming much stuff until tomorrow. But it is actually the 2nd of January, so it is the end of this December reading vlog. I am just here to wrap it all up. So this month I was participating in Reindeer Readathon for Team Snowflake. I still don't know if we won or not. I can't remember if the results are posted yet or not, but regardless, I'm gonna let you know what I read. So the first book that I finished during the month of December was Wrapped Up in You by Talia Hibbert. It was a novella, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, also a novella, I think technically, because it's like 250 pages. And I also gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. Then I finished The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory, which I started in November. and this one I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. Then I finished The Matzo Ball by Jean Meltzer. I gave it 1 star. I didn't like it. And then I finished a book I started in February. I finished the anthology We Need Diverse Books, A Universe of Wishes, edited by Danielle Clayton, and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Seven Fallen Feathers. I listened to the audiobook by Tanya Talaga, and I gave that, I didn't rate that, sorry. It's nonfiction, and all this year I haven't been reading nonfiction, but I highly recommend it. Then my graphic novel was Snot Girl Volume 2, California Screaming by Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung. This I gave a 3.75 out of 5 stars. And then the last book that I read during the month of December was The Bear and the Nightingale for my own read-along of the Winter Night series with Constellation Library, aka Rachel, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was a reread. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching this reading vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it. I think during the year of 2022, I'm going to go back to weekly reading vlogs, I think, depending on how my reading goes. We will keep updated for that. But I really hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. If you did, please give it a like and let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of the books that I read, or if you have any recommendations, what your favorite book in December was, let me know. If you're new here, please subscribe. I put out new bookish and writing videos every week, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Bye-bye.